Okay, so we have another problem. So, medyo binibilisan ko lang para hindi tayo mag-extend. Hindi tayo maging super tagal. Okay. So, Paint Fair Company advertises its weekly sales in newspapers, television, and radio. Each dollar spent in advertising in newspaper is estimated to reach an exposure of 14 buying customers, and each dollar in TV reaches an exposure of 17 buying customers, and each dollar in radio reaches an exposure of 12 buying customers. The company has an agreement with all three media services that it will spend less than 25% of its total money in each medium. Further, it is agreed that the combined newspaper and television budget will not be larger than 3 times the radio budget. The company has just decided to spend no more than $700,000 on advertising. The problem is, how much should the company budget for each medium if it is interested in reaching as many buying customers as possible? Formulate the LP model. So una, pag magpa-formulate tayo, lalagay natin yung products. Products or yung parameters. Products and parameters. Okay? Sorry kung hindi na to pantay. So, ano yung tatlong products natin? We have newspapers, television, and radio. So, dun lang din yan. So, we have newspapers, television, and radio. And yung sa left-hand side, right-hand side pala natin, sorry. Yung ating, avail or required. Siya na ganyan. Required. Okay. So, sabi, our parameters is x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 3. So, that's x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub 3. Sabi dito, each dollar spent in advertising and newspapers is estimated to reach an exposure of 14 buying customers para sa newspaper, and 17 para sa TV, and 12 para sa radio. Okay, so we have total exposure. 14, 17, and 12. Okay. Next, the company has an agreement with all three media services that it will spend less than 25% of its total money in each medium. So, sabi, may agreement daw. Okay? So, we have to put agreement. May agreement daw yung company na lahat daw will spend less than 25% of its total money, which is 700,000 yung total money. So, yung agreement, first we have newspaper. Yung agreement sa newspaper is 1. Okay, newspaper, lalagay lang tayo ng 1 dyan. Okay? Ganyan parati yung gagawin natin. Okay? Kapag newspaper is less than 0.25 daw ng total budget. Okay? So, 0.25 of total budget, that's 175,000. Nilagay ko lang yan para lang palatandaan. Next, we have agreement for television. And then, lagay lang tayo ng 1 since television yung tinutukoy. 175,000 kasi 25% daw. Kita nyo, 25% daw ng total money. So, next, for radio naman. So, lagay lang tayo. Since 1, si radio is 175,000. Further, it is agreed that the combined So, meron pang last. Further daw, it is agreed that the combined newspaper and television budget will not be larger than 3 times the radio budget. So, okay? Combined television, combined newspaper pala. Combined newspaper and television. So, si newspaper, let's put 1. Newspaper and television will not be larger than 3 times, the radio budget. So, will not be larger daw, less than or equal to 3 times the radio, which is x sub 3. So, ganyan. So, this is our graph, or this is our table. So, dito tayo magbe-base para magawa natin yung cut straight. Okay, so now, ito na yan. Ito yan, pinalinis siya. Ito yung pinalinis na table. So, this is supposed to be 175,000. Okay, so, meron akong ginawa here. So, this is our decision variable. So, our decision variable is let x sub 1 be the amount of money in dollars. I told you guys, kailangan specific. Kasi ang sabi dito is dollar. Okay? In dollars to be spent on newspaper advertising. And let x sub 2 be the amount of money in dollars to be spent on television, and so on. Okay, so for our objective function, we have maximize total exposure. Kasi kung kanina, profit yung pinag-uusapan, ngayon is total exposure. So, lalagay natin yun, maximize total exposure. And our objective function will be 14 x sub 1, 17 x sub 2, and 12 x sub 3. Kasi we're maximizing the total exposure. Hindi naman profit, di ba? Wala naman sinabing ganong given. So it actually, ito lahat to, it depends on the given talaga. That's why we have to analyze the problem. So this is our subjects to constraint. So we have newspaper budget. So kanina naglagay tayo ng 1. So it will be x sub 1. Kasi ito yun, no? X sub 1. So, x sub 1 is less than or equal to 175,000. For our television budget, we have x sub 2. Kasi ito, x sub 2. Television budget and radio budget. Ayan. So, yun to. Okay, so hope nagtataka kayo kasi kanina, nakalagay is 1, and 3x sub 3 dito sa available required. So, dapat ang magiging itsura niya is x sub 1 plus x sub 2 is less than or equal to 3x sub 3. So, kapag ganito, we have to transpose, guys. So, and gagawin natin siyang negative. So, mangyayari is ita-transpose natin to and i-multiply natin kay negative 1. So, magiging x1 minus x sub 2 minus 3x sub 3 is less than or equal to 0. And then, there we have our non-negativity constraint. Huwag natin kakalimutan. X sub 1, x sub 2 is greater than 0. Kasi, less than yung mga simples. Okay, let's move on to a harder problem.